Hi guys, so today we're going to pick up where we left off last time, working on the Netflix report. So if you noticed last time we were missing some data fields when we were building out our visuals, like on this visual right here, directors by country, where we have a label for United States, India, and then there's just a blank, right, for country. So it's the data fields like this where we're going to try to correct any errors or blank values inside our data set when we're loading it. Ideally, we should have done this earlier, but I kind of, moved past that earlier, so we're just going to go and correct it now. So we're going to start by hitting transform data, and that'll open up the Power Query editor. Now, when we open the Power Query editor is opened up, we can see that these are all our data types, and we can see what percent of them are valid, have an error, or are empty. Right? Now, show ID, the type, the title, that's all fine. But as we move to the director, we see there's a lot of empty values here, 31%. Same for cast, 10%. The country value also is 31% empty. And I hope that's all. Yeah. So all these ones, all these values, they're, these are some things we need to correct. So quite a simple fix for all this, right? So let's start with director. So we click on this downward triangular arrow and we hit remove empty. And this adds a new step here called filter rows 1. And now we have 100% valid fields in this column. And we're going to do that for cast. I'm going to click here again, hit remove empty, and I'll add another step, filter rows 2. And as you notice, it was 90% and 10% empty. Now it's 100% valid. So that's good. And we're going to do the same for our country as well. So we're going to remove empty. And let's see what we have now. So 100%, 100%. Okay, looks better. Now, one more thing I want to add personally is, let's say we have this listed in column, right? Now, there's multiple genres that a show or a movie is listed in. I just want to take the first one that's listed in, right? And how do I do this? Correct. So I'm going to do this by just going to my add column tab, and there's this extract button that I'm going to click, right? And what we're going to do is we have our delimiter here, right? So you see this enlisted in for each, when you have multiple, categorizations for each content type. We have, for example, dramas, independent movies, international movies. So the delimiter here is the comma, right? Because once you have the comma, that's your second type, third type, and so on. So I'm going to hit extract, and I only want the first one. So I'm going to hit extract, and I'm going to hit text before delimiter. And it'll give me a pop-up asking me for what the delimiter is. Now, in our case, our delimiter is going to be the comma. So I'm just going to type a comma here. There we go. And hit OK. So now it creates a new column, and it adds this new step, insert text before delimiter. And if we go all the way to the right, we can see it right here. So text before delimiter, right? And in some cases, we have, oh, my bad, I actually made a mistake. I did this on the wrong column selected, so we're just gonna redo this. My bad. So you have to click the right column, right? So I've clicked listed in. Now I hit extract, text before delimiter, and the comma, and hit OK. And now I think we should get, yes, perfect. So now we have 100%, right? And we're just going to rename all of these. Well, actually, instead of all of these, I'm just going to rename this last one. So I'm just going to call, instead of text before delimiter, I'm going to double click here. I'm going to call it genre and hit enter. So now we have a rename column step. So now if you look at all our columns, everything is 100% valid, right? So that looks good. And now I'm just going to go back to home, hit close and apply. And our changes should reflect. So we should have a little loading screen. It's creating connections. I think we had around 5,000, right? So earlier we had 8,000. Now we have a lot of those reduced. Now it's around 5,000, right? So now if you look at these directors by country, it's a lot less, right? All we have, I mean, not a lot less as in a lot less blank values. Now, if you also look at the titles, we have much better, so we don't have the genre here. I think, let's see where we do have the genre on the home page. I think we still have some filter on this. I'm just going to clear that here. For this as well. Maybe it was on the second page. Let's find it. Yes, so we have content by genre. So now what I'm going to do is, instead of listed in, I'm going to put genre here. And you see how many less categories we have now? Because now it's much lesser because it's just taking the first word. So just for types: comedies, action adventure, dramas, and documentaries. So that way we just cleaned up our data and our visuals look a lot more clear, a lot less irrelevant data, and much easier to understand. So yeah, this was just like a little cleanup video, something we should have done earlier, but good to have it all sorted now. So yeah, that's all for today, and thank you, and I'll probably see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.